Ultimates are getting weaker with each new champion release. Does Pantheon need an update? Morello says yes, but Riot FP McGee says no way. And we've got some interesting stats from the LCS. Find out which champion is being banned out of 97% of professional games. All that in a Riot Point giveaway right here, right now, on the League Update. A forum goer with a name that I won't even attempt to pronounce has made a very interesting post, suggesting that new champions' ults have been getting progressively weaker since League's release back in 2009. He supported his argument with a graph that illustrated the game warping potential of champions' ultimates. The peaks in the graph represent ultimates that can be used to initiate or completely turn the tide of a fight, while low points, on the other hand, represent ultimates that are barely noticeable and don't persuade players to behave differently in teamfights. While champions like Zac, Zyra, and Lissandra illustrate good examples of game-changing ults in newer champions, the ultimates of champions like Aatrox, Quinn, Diana, and Kha'Zix are becoming increasingly more common. These kind of ults, while certainly not weak, tend to be geared more towards single targets and ganking rather than teamfights. Zilius, the design director at Riot, responded to the article by saying, "Interesting thought. We certainly have evolved how we design over time, and it's true. We lean on big AECC ults a lot less these days. I'm all for awesome playmaking abilities like Ashe's ult, but as for bursty large AE ults, we think that there's plenty of that already. And while some characters need exactly that, a lot of characters don't." What do you think? Do ultimates really need to be large AoE abilities, or do ultimates like Elise, Jace, and Udyrs make the player feel powerful in a different kind of way? I think I like seeing unique mechanics more than large CC ults, and if a champion needs to forego a game changer in his ult slot to make his kit really unique, I'm totally fine with that. But let me know what you think in the comments and you could win $20 worth of Riot Points. Speaking of controversial ultimates, let's talk about Pantheon, whose ult has been long considered one of the most controversial. I mean, even Riot employees can't decide if they like it or not. After a heartfelt post about reworking Pantheon, both Morello and Riot FP McGee responded in two very different ways. Morello was first to respond with the comment, "Agreed, Panth needs work," to which coworker Riot FP McGee rebutted, confessing that he was a Pantheon enthusiast with over 100 games played at a 60% win rate. He thinks that Pantheon is simply just misunderstood, and that with the exception of a few unfavorable matchups, Pantheon simply dominates top lane, due to his ability to gank more than one lane with his ult, his ability to gap close with his stun, and his ability to take early punishment with his passive. But that doesn't excuse the fact that a large portion of the League community seems to think his ultimate is completely useless. Again, I will defer to my resource, you the viewers, the most useful people I know. Tell me what you think about Pantheon's ult, and you could win $20 of Riot Points again. Oh my god. Finally, here are some LCS champion stats that will hopefully serve as food for thought. Twisted Fate is the most contested champion being picked or banned across North America and Europe in 128 out of 140 possible times. North America values 3 champions above Twisted Fate this split: Elise, who's picked or banned in 97% of games, Thresh at 95%, and Jace at 92%. Of those top 5 champions picked in North America, only Jace has a win percentage above 50%, coming in at a absolutely staggering 20-8 record. That's the best win percentage of any champion played at least 10 times in North America. North America's top champions in terms of wins besides Jace, well, that would have to be Riven, Ashe, Kha'Zix, Zyra, and Zac, who all win at least 2/3 of the games in which they are played. In terms of losing champions, Renekton comes in first with a mind-blowing 1 win and 6 losses, while Nami, Varus, Twitch, Vladimir, and Kog'Maw have all lost at least 2/3 of their matches. Oh, and as promised, the most banned champion is Elise, who either gets picked or banned in 97% of North American LCS matches. That's all the League of Legends madness for this week. Be sure to subscribe and comment for your chance to win Riot Points. This has been James Duggan with Curse. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the game.